Hello, everybody. I'm back again. you know, I was talking to a guy who said, he said, be glad when all this election year is over and he's tired of politics and, it need to move on. Well, you know what? Like I told him, you can't escape politics no more because it affects everything that you do. It affects the food that you buy, the prices you pay, the price of fuel. If you ain't figured that out after China Joe Biden got in there, there's something matter with you. It decides where you work. The policies they create, it determines where you get a raise or basically it determines if that company decides to pack up and move to China because of cheap labor. The policies that they make, that these politicians make, depends on our way of life, how we live. You can't escape it. It's just, that's the way it is. You can't stick your head in the sand and think somebody else take care of it. You've got to take a stand on one side or the other. Either you want low taxes, less government. If you run a small business, regulations. You look what them politicians doing in Oregon. They're fixing to destroy farming industry, family farm, homesteaders. And Tyson, look what they're shutting down all these plants, and then they come out, they're going to hire all these illegal aliens. Well, I don't know for sure. It's just my opinion. But for them to do that, I guarantee you there's a government subsidy somewhere in there for them to do that. And a lot of companies that's doing that. I guarantee you somewhere it's not come out yet that there's a government subsidy. Then you've got New York, where a lady had a rental property. And those squatters come in, those illegal squatters come in. And you know who got arrested? The homeowner, for trying to get them out of her house. She worked all those years to be able to afford to buy that house to turn it into a rental property for extra income in her later years, and she's sitting in jail. And you've got illegals. That judge said that they was that illegals could carry weapons. They're trying to take mine your rights, and give them the right to carry a gun anywhere. Same way of driving a vehicle. A lot of police departments have been told if they're illegal and got no license insurance, let them go. Me and you are paying for that because our insurance is doubled and tripled over it. The war that the Biden and China Joe Biden administration is coming out with on farmers, vehicles, this EV stuff that they're pushing through right now. A gas or diesel vehicle is going to be unattainable. The cost is going to get so high that you can't afford it. And those EVs don't work where I'm at in a lot of climates. If you've got to go to work and you have to stop and charge it up, or is your employer going to sit and wait for 3 hours or 2 hours till that thing charges up so you can get to work? No, you're going to be fired. Common sense has gone out the window. There's no more common sense. And don't think because you hate politics or you don't pay no attention that it don't affect you. Well, it does. Every time you go to the grocery store, if you drive, your insurance, the fuel it takes to fuel it up, your light bill, it affects us all. So this is going to be the most important election in your lifetime, people. It's up to you. You either side with good or evil. It's up to you. They're trying to take God out of everything. you know, and these platforms, you know, if you believe in Jesus Christ or you believe in the Second Amendment, they don't push your videos out there. They, you know, they unsubscribe people. You know, if you've got a certain, I guarantee if I put a man in a dress on here, that they push these videos out to the far you will. You know, they go far and wide. But it's up to you and me to get out and get people to the polls. If they ain't registered to vote, get them out and talk to them. You know, this country is so much trouble. These politicians, I mean, this Green New Deal that they're going to absolutely destroy. You think food is high now? With some of the stuff they want to implement, people will starve to death because food is going to get unattainable. You won't be able to afford it. You know, I mean, it's common sense. Where's common sense gone? You know, we need to, like I said the other day, we need the Christian Coalition to stand up. We've got a fight on our hands, people. You know, we have got to take it to them. We have got to stand up and speak our mind and not be afraid. You know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to put your Trump sign up. Don't be afraid to put your Trump flag up. Don't be afraid to tell somebody why you're voting the way you are. For lower gas, cheaper food, cheaper health insurance, cheaper car insurance, cheaper light bills. I mean, it's up to us. We have the power. You know, I hear people say, well, it don't make no difference no more if you vote. No, it does make a difference. Why do you think that they're bringing all these illegals in this country and putting them in these states? Because in these high tax state, people are getting up and leaving, and they're losing people in Congress and Senate. They're losing their power. So one way to get it back is to flood this country with all these illegals, and they're counted in the census. And you know, now they're trying to make them police officers. Come in here illegal, and they're trying to make them police officers to arrest you for something illegal. Now, unbelievable. And I'm going to tell you something else. If you ain't done it yet, I advise you to do it. Go buy you a boomstick. If you ain't got one, there's some freedom shells, and learn how to use it. And try to grow you a garden if they don't ban it in your town. Or ain't it funny how they're trying to stop people from having a goat or backyard chickens or a garden? They want you dependent on them. So it's up to us. We're either going to become a communist nation, or we're going to try to get back on the right path. And another note, there was another 15-year-old girl raped in Tennessee by illegal. Now we have got to stand up to this, people. As men, we have got to stand up. If you're a man, stand up and put a stop to this stuff. It's our job to protect our family, our women and our children and our grandchildren. Now, this stuff, you know, they get by with murder, rape. And you know, the Haitian that raped that disabled girl, come to find out China Joe Biden, he's one of them, and he flew in the middle of the night. And that bumbling idiot, they dope him up enough to get him out on the stage and ram along. It's not him. It's Obama, the people around him are pulling the strings. truth known, being known, he probably don't know where he shit lies. But remember, people, this is going to be the most important election of your lifetime. Stand up, get a backbone, and stand up. And if you want to hear the Bible, somebody read the Bible to you. Gray Ghost 55 on YouTube. He reads the Bible every Saturday night, a passage out of it and a chapter. And if you want to hear some good gospel music, you tune into Rustic Rich Music 7777 on YouTube, and I believe that'll be a blessing to you. Sometimes, somebody reading that passage out of the Bible makes you stop and think a minute. So God bless everybody, and remember, let's pray for one another. Pray for President Trump, because he is standing up for us. And we need to stand up for him. And let's pray for Israel, that they wipe Hamas off the face of the earth. God bless you guys. You guys have a wonderful evening.